This is every deadliest fighter aircraft used in World War II. Single-engine interceptors, carrier-based fighters, long-range escorts, rocket-powered prototypes, more than 40 machines built for air combat. Some dominated entire theaters. Some redefined speed and altitude forever. First up, early war single-engine fighters. Messerschmitt Bf 109. This German fighter formed the backbone of the Luftwaffe from 1939 onward. It featured a powerful Daimler-Benz inline engine and advanced aerodynamics. It served in every major campaign and became one of the highest-scoring fighter platforms in history. Supermarine Spitfire. Designed around the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine, it combined elliptical wings with exceptional maneuverability. It played a central role in the Battle of Britain. Continuous upgrades kept it competitive against evolving Axis aircraft throughout the war. Hawker Hurricane. This British fighter entered service before the war and carried much of the early defensive burden. It was rugged and stable as a gun platform. During the Battle of Britain, it accounted for a significant share of German losses. Curtiss P-40 Warhawk, an American-built fighter known for durability and dive speed. It served with Allied forces across North Africa, China, and the Pacific. Although not the fastest climber, it performed effectively at low and medium altitudes. Mitsubishi A6M0, a lightweight Japanese naval fighter optimized for range and maneuverability. It featured exceptional agility in early Pacific battles. However, limited armor and self-sealing fuel tanks made it increasingly vulnerable as Allied tactics evolved. Mackay C-202 Folgore. Powered by a licensed Daimler-Benz engine, this Italian fighter offered strong speed and improved high-altitude performance. It operated extensively in the Mediterranean and North Africa, where it proved competitive against contemporary Allied aircraft. Polikarpov I-16. This Soviet monoplane fighter was innovative in the 1930s with retractable landing gear and a compact design. By 1941, it was largely outdated. Nevertheless, it participated in early Eastern Front engagements against German forces. Morane-Saulnier MS-406, a primary French fighter at the outbreak of war. It featured moderate speed and armament compared to German counterparts. During the Battle of France, it faced significant performance disadvantages against more advanced enemy aircraft. Next up, Allied frontline fighters. North American P-51 Mustang. Originally designed as a fast fighter for Britain, it achieved exceptional performance after receiving the Merlin engine. Its long range enabled deep escort missions over Europe. It significantly reduced Allied bomber losses in later war campaigns. Republic P-47 Thunderbolt, a large and heavily built American fighter powered by a turbocharged radial engine. It excelled at high-altitude combat and dive speed. Later in the war, it became highly effective in the ground attack role across Europe. Lockheed P-38 Lightning. This distinctive twin-boom fighter used twin engines for high-altitude performance and extended range. It operated effectively in both European and Pacific theaters. Its concentrated nose armament provided significant firepower during interception missions. Grumman F-6F Hellcat. Developed to counter the Japanese Zero, this carrier-based fighter emphasized durability and firepower. It achieved air superiority in the Pacific after 1943. Its performance and pilot training improvements shifted the balance in naval air combat. Vought F-4U Corsair. Recognizable by its inverted gull wing design, it combined high speed with heavy armament. Initially challenging for carrier landings, it later became a dominant naval fighter. It performed extensively in Pacific Island campaigns. Yakovlev Yak-9, one of the most produced Soviet fighters of the war. It featured improved range and armament compared to earlier Yak models. Operating on the Eastern Front, it contributed significantly to the Red Air Force's expanding capabilities. Lavochkin La-5. Powered by a radial engine, this Soviet fighter improved low-altitude performance over earlier designs. It entered service during critical Eastern Front battles. Its maneuverability and firepower made it a serious opponent for German fighters. Hawker Typhoon. Initially intended as a high-altitude interceptor, it struggled with early engine issues. It later became a highly effective ground attack aircraft. Armed with rockets and cannons, it supported Allied advances across Western Europe. Continuing with advanced Axis interceptors. Focke-Wulf FW-190. Introduced in 1941, this German fighter used a powerful radial engine and wide-track landing gear. It delivered strong roll rate and heavy armament. Its performance at low and medium altitudes challenged contemporary Allied fighters across Europe. Mackay C-205 Veltro, an improved Italian fighter derived from earlier Mackay designs and powered by a Daimler-Benz engine. It offered higher speed and better climb performance. It operated primarily in defense of Italian airspace during later war years. Region Re 2005. This Italian interceptor combined refined aerodynamics with a high-performance inline engine. It demonstrated strong climb rate and maneuverability. Produced in limited numbers, it served mainly in homeland defense against Allied bombing operations. Nakajima Kai-84 Height, a Japanese army fighter that balanced speed, firepower, and maneuverability. It addressed earlier design weaknesses by adding better protection and heavier armament. It became one of Japan's most capable late-war interceptors against Allied bombers. Kawasaki Kai-61 Hime, unusual among Japanese fighters for its liquid-cooled inline engine. It presented a slimmer profile and higher dive speed. It saw extensive service in China and the Pacific, performing interception and air defense missions. Messerschmitt Bf-109G, a heavily upgraded variant of the original Bf-109 series. It featured increased engine power and armament for bomber interception. It served widely on both eastern and western fronts during intensified Allied air offensives. Focke-Wulf TA-152. Designed for high-altitude interception, this late-war German fighter featured extended wings and a powerful engine. It was optimized to counter Allied bombers at extreme altitudes. Only limited numbers reached operational squadrons before the conflict ended. Kawanishi N-1K2J Shidenkai, a land-based Japanese interceptor derived from a floatplane concept. It combined strong firepower with improved maneuverability. Entering service in 1944, it proved capable against advanced Allied fighters during homeland defense operations. Continuing with long-range escort fighters. North American P-51D Mustang. This refined variant featured a bubble canopy for improved visibility and 6.50 caliber machine guns. Its extended range allowed escort missions deep into German territory. It became central to sustained Allied strategic bombing campaigns. Lockheed P-38J Lightning, an improved model of the twin-engine fighter with enhanced cooling and performance. Its long operational range made it suitable for bomber escort and interception. It served effectively in both European and Pacific theaters. Republic P-47D Thunderbolt. Equipped with external fuel tanks, this version achieved extended escort range. Its turbocharged engine maintained strong high-altitude performance. It protected bomber formations while also transitioning into ground attack missions during advancing Allied operations. Messerschmitt Bf-110. Originally designed as a heavy escort fighter, it featured twin engines and long operational reach. Early campaigns showed some success, but it struggled against agile single-engine opponents. It later transitioned into night fighting and interception roles. Messerschmitt Me 410, developed from earlier heavy fighter designs, it offered improved stability and firepower. It was used for bomber interception and reconnaissance. Despite enhancements, it faced increasing challenges against well-escorted Allied formations. De Havilland Mosquito FB-6. Constructed largely from wood, this twin-engine aircraft combined high speed with long range. In fighter-bomber configuration, it conducted escort and strike missions. Its performance often allowed it to avoid interception without heavy defensive armament. Kawasaki Kai-45 Toryu, a Japanese twin-engine heavy fighter designed for long-range operations. It performed bomber interception and ground attack missions. Later versions carried heavier armament to counter high-altitude Allied bombers approaching the Japanese mainland. Bristol Beaufighter, a British twin-engine long-range fighter equipped with powerful cannons and radar in later variants. It served in night interception and maritime strike roles. Its range and firepower made it effective across multiple theaters. Continuing with naval carrier fighters. Grumman F-4F Wildcat. This American carrier-based fighter formed the backbone of early Pacific naval aviation. Though slower than the Zero, it featured stronger protection and self-sealing fuel tanks. Coordinated tactics improved its effectiveness during critical carrier battles. HID-3 A-Type 99. Primarily known as a dive bomber, it also operated in fleet defense roles early in the Pacific War. It participated in major naval engagements including Pearl Harbor. Its fixed landing gear reflected earlier design priorities. Fairey Fulmer, a British carrier fighter designed for fleet defense and reconnaissance. It featured long range and two-seat configuration. Although less maneuverable than single-seat fighters, it provided valuable air cover for Royal Navy operations in the Mediterranean. Next up, late-war high-performance fighters. Supermarine Spitfire Mk14. Powered by the Rolls-Royce Griffon engine, this variant achieved significantly higher speed and climb rate than earlier models. It intercepted V-1 flying bombs and high-altitude threats. Its improved performance extended the Spitfire's operational relevance. North American P-51H Mustang, a lighter and faster development of the Mustang series. It featured structural refinements and enhanced engine output. Although arriving late in the conflict, it represented one of the highest-performing piston-engine fighters produced by the United States. Focke-Wulf FW190D, nicknamed the Dora, this variant replaced the radial engine with a liquid-cooled inline engine for better high-altitude capability. It improved speed and climb performance. It was introduced to counter increasing Allied bomber incursions. Lavochkin La-7, an advanced Soviet fighter building upon earlier La-series designs. It featured reduced weight and improved aerodynamics. Entering service in 1944, it provided strong low-altitude performance during major Eastern Front offensives. Nakajima Kai-44 Shoki. Designed primarily as a high-speed interceptor, it emphasized climb rate over maneuverability. It carried heavier armament compared to earlier Japanese fighters. It was deployed against Allied bombers in the later Pacific campaigns. Republic P-47M Thunderbolt, a specialized high-speed version developed to intercept V-1 flying bombs and high-performance German aircraft. It incorporated engine and aerodynamic refinements. Its limited production focused on countering specific late-war aerial threats. Hawker Tempest V developed from the Typhoon, this British fighter featured a thinner wing and improved aerodynamics. It achieved excellent low-level speed and maneuverability. It intercepted V-1 flying bombs and engaged advanced German fighters in 1944. Kawanishi N-1 K-1J Scheiden. Originally designed as a floatplane fighter, it was adapted into a land-based interceptor. It combined strong armament with competitive maneuverability. Operational challenges included maintenance complexity during intensified late-war defense operations. Finally, we have jet and rocket-powered fighters. Messerschmitt Me 262, the first operational turbojet fighter deployed in combat. Powered by twin-jet engines, it achieved speeds far beyond piston-driven aircraft. It was used primarily for bomber interception, though limited fuel and engine reliability restricted its overall impact. Gloucester Meteor, Britain's first operational jet fighter. It entered service in 1944 and was initially tasked with intercepting V-1 flying bombs. While it did not engage German jets extensively, it marked a transition into the jet age. Messerschmitt Me 163 Comet, a rocket-powered interceptor designed for extremely high-speed climbs. It used volatile propellants and had very limited flight endurance. Though capable of rapid attacks against bombers, landing vulnerabilities and fuel constraints limited operational effectiveness.